So today I want to talk to you about wood burning. I've been trying it out ever since my husband Zach got me a super cool wood burning set for Christmas. He got me the not soldering iron. I have soldered before. We've got one of those, but that's not what we're talking about today. He got me the wood burning iron set with a bunch of tips and a bunch of wood pieces for me to practice on. I have never wood burned before. Like I just said, we have a soldering iron, so I have done electronics soldering. I actually do that at my job quite a bit, but I've never taken it to wood or even attempted wood burning before. He got me this fancy kit, which I will kind of open and go through here in a second for you. Once I did a few test pieces, I decided I want to jump into something bigger. So I took this cool wood round and I printed out a design that I wanted off the internet, and I chose this Bill Cipher image from Gravity Falls. It's a show from Disney Channel that is one of my husband and I's favorite shows to watch together. And I took carbon paper and I put it under the design that I printed off, and I centered it on the wood and I traced it, and then that leaves an imprinted picture on the wood. So here I'm going to show you the carbon paper just using one of these little sample wood chips. This is one that I used for my previous Bill Cipher design. You can see I just stuck this under my tracing paper and it traced all of that carbon onto here. So I take that off and ta-da! Then I got to burning, and here's what I learned. Holding the iron is one of the hardest parts because your grip is really far away from the tip of the device, which is different from how I usually hold a pencil. I usually hold it up close. This iron also got really hot, so it made it hard to hold for long periods of time without moving my hand position or scooching it because it got too hot. I eventually got a glove for this because it was starting to burn my hand, which is rather unfortunate, but that's what you get for a cheap iron on Amazon that's made in China. Different tips at different angles make some really funky shapes. I definitely goofed some of the clean lines because I was trying out different angles with potentially the wrong tip, but I actually had a lot of fun with that because I got to see what kinds of shapes got made with different tips. I would also recommend not spilling green paint everywhere. I dropped my paintbrush on the piece and dripped like 3 drops of green paint everywhere. I was able to wipe it off, but I still need to try and clean it off a little more with, I believe, soap and water is what the internet says gets acrylic paint off of the wood. When you're painting, you also need to be careful not to get into the lines, otherwise you either have to clean the wood burned areas out, or I kind of cheated and used a black marker to just touch those little areas up. I didn't want to reburn areas with acrylic paint inside of it to avoid paint fumes getting everywhere. Here is the kit that Zach got me for Christmas. It fits all in this one little case, which is pretty slick. And here's what it comes with. It comes with the iron itself. Okay, these are the tips that the wood burning iron came with. They came in a neat little cute case that holds them all together. They also sent some instructions detailing the 9 different types of tips that are in there, and then on the back how to use them. This is one of the pieces of paper that got carbon all over it, but I still use it as a reference because it works. The kit also came with a little stand for the wood burning iron, so you can just rest it like so. It doesn't work perfectly, but when you're in a pinch and need to set it down, it works just fine. It also came with this array of stencils, so there's some Christmas related presents and Christmas trees. There's some birthday, celebration, candy, elephants, probably a gender reveal, some 4th of July, carnival type stencils. I don't really see myself using these too much, but they are good to practice with on the little wood pieces that came with the kit. So they came with these. The stencils fit very easily right on top of them, and then you can just go in between the lines and trace. The kit also came with these colored pencils, which are pretty cheap. They're not super high quality, but I did use them to trace out some of the stencil designs on the wood chips so that I could do some test burns right off the bat. And it all fits in this handy dandy little case. Husband also got me this cool jewelry box, which I'm keeping all of the wood burning stuff in. This is one of my first test pieces. I used one of the stencils. On this guy. It appears that I did draw it out actually. So I drew it out on this and then I wood burned over it just to get a feel for how much pressure you needed. This felt like it went a lot better even though it looks like crap. So yeah, these were the 2 designs that I played around with. I have some other fun things to try wood burning, like these blocks. These are pretty cool. You could make some fun little wood burned baby toys out of them. I've got some nieces and nephews who would love to chew on these. Zach also got me these cute little signs, so I might make some fun signs for different rooms in the house and decorate them, paint them, make them look pretty cute. And again, some more sign-like little objects. These were all very cheap and accessible at Michael's. I believe he got them all at Michael's. All right, so here's the final piece once I finished it. Yay! It's Bill Cipher from Gravity Falls, and he looks so good. I'm very, very happy with how this turned out. I mean, it's got all kinds of amateur mistakes, but for being my first piece, I'm pretty proud of that. Some of the things I learned about finishing the piece is that getting carbon lines off is really hard. I don't know if it was a combination of me tracing the design on too hard, but you can't really see it far away, but up close you can see there are like blue lines because I didn't wood burn perfectly on top of them. Here are the carbon lines up close. The internet said that you can get rid of them by using acetone, rubbing alcohol, warm soap and water, a rubber eraser. I tried all of those and they didn't really work for me. The only one that really made a slight difference was the acetone. I just took a Q-tip and dipped it in the acetone and scrubbed it. I would seriously have to work on it for 2 hours scrubbing it to even probably get it off. The few minutes that I did on one single line, it started dissolving it, and it definitely faded a lot better than any of the other methods I tried. But there's still blue there, so it would definitely have taken me quite a long time, I think, to get that all off. So if you've wood burned before and you have a tip for getting it off, let me know in the comments, because that would be really, really helpful. I might end up taking a piece of sanding paper to it and trying to buff it off, and then maybe reburn anything that I scraped off. I don't know. It doesn't affect the final thing too much, especially when you're looking at it from far away. and it actually blends in nicely with the 2 blue colors that I painted on here, so it almost looks intentional, which is why I might keep it. But I did also tell you that I sprayed green paint all over this. There's like, you can kind of see there's a blob there, and then there's a blob up here too that I need to get off. So there will definitely be sanding in my future, and I need to work on getting that off as well. First pieces are never perfect, and I'm happy with how it turned out, so we'll see what I do with it in the future. Overall, I actually really enjoyed wood burning. I think I want to get some more tools to kind of help me with the set that I have, to learn some more like tips and tricks and get used to a lot of the different tips that you can put on the iron itself. I want to get some heat resistant gloves. I know they have those for wood burning enthusiasts, pyrography people, just because the iron gets so hot, and that definitely impacted my ability to make good lines on the wood. So that will definitely be an investment in the future. Pyrography, I've found, it's just a fascinating hobby. I went and looked at some other pieces that people did on Reddit and Instagram, and it's just really cool that you can get such realistic photos and just cool designs on wood, and it's just a nice aesthetic piece of art, which I love. It's not super expensive to get into. I'll link down below the kit that I have and all the materials that I used when making this Bill Cipher project. It's inexpensive to get into, and the materials are cheap. I think the wood at Michael's, you can get it for a few bucks each. Like, it's not bad at all. And I believe Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, a bunch of craft stores that are normal here in America have got stock wood like that you can wood burn onto. I definitely have some wood burning projects in the future that I want to work on. He got me this really cool jewelry box that's nice, and I want to put stuff in it, but I want it to look really pretty when I'm done. So I've been kind of mulling over some new ideas on what I want to put onto it, whether that be some like Celtic knots and circles or botanical kind of designs. I gotta figure it out, because I think I can make it look really cool. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. This has been my very beginner's review on pyrography and wood burning. I definitely enjoyed it, definitely planning on doing stuff in the future. My name is Dara, and this is my YouTube channel all about crafting. Like I say, do something that makes you crafty happy every single day. Got a lot more videos coming out about cross stitch, probably some more wood burning, crochet, and so much more. So if you have a multitude of hobbies, definitely subscribe and like my videos, because I've got some more fun content coming out real soon. Thanks again for watching. I will see you very soon, and don't forget, do something crafty happy every single day.
Do your spiel.
I don't have it ready.
Hello! Welcome to the greatest YouTube channel ever.
Are you filming?
Yeah, it's filming.
Oh wow!
You have to
Okay,
practice.
you're filming.
Yeah.
Look, I have a script.
Cool.
It's weird to like...
Wood burning YouTube. Wait, I'm not in
It's not.
frame. We're gonna do a dramatic reading.
It's not a full script.
Wood burning YouTube. Got this neat wood burning
set for Christmas?
For Christmas from Zach. Hubs.
Hubs, right here.
Hubs. Go
This is the hubs.
I'm frame.
Yeah.
Never wood burned before.
Never.
Never wood burned. Ever.
Never.
Before.
Never ever.
Kit.
Did a few test pieces.
This isn't a script.
They're talking points.
Yeah, that's not a script.
It doesn't have to be a script, because I... Yay! What a hero of a husband.